Gateway to Exams, Units 5 and 6. Listening. Exercises 2 and 3.
Good morning. I'm Scott Wilson, and the topic of our phone-in today is: how do you like to find out the news? Do you prefer to watch it on TV, or maybe you read all about it in the newspaper? Perhaps you read news magazines, or are you the kind of person who catches up with all the latest news on the internet? Maybe, just maybe, you listen to your friendly local radio station. Whatever the answer, our phone lines are now open. And yes, I think we have our first caller. Hi there. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Scott. I'm Amanda and I'm calling from Cambridge.
Hi, Amanda. So, how do you keep up with the news?
I prefer the TV, really. I know I shouldn't say this because we're on the radio, but I just think the news on the radio isn't as interesting as on the TV. Just because, well, you can't see what's happening. It's less dramatic on the radio, I think. A picture tells 1,000 words, don't they say?
OK, thanks, Amanda. Our next caller is...
Oh, is it me? Sorry, I'm Jerry. Morning, Scott.
And a very good morning to you, Jerry. Where are you calling from?
Sunny Stockport.
OK. And how do you find out what's going on in the world, Jerry?
Well, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I really like the radio, and I'm not just saying that, honestly. The thing is, on TV, they're too interested in sensationalism these days. TV news isn't serious enough for me. It's like watching a soap or a show or something. They show you all these spectacular images, but they don't really inform you properly.
Thanks for that, Jerry. Good point. And who's our next caller?
Sarah, from Leeds.
Thanks for calling, Sarah. What would you like to say?
Just following on from the last caller, I think the news on the radio is just as good as the news on TV. But to be honest, there's no comparison with the internet. I work at my computer all day and I can find out what's going on anywhere in the world as it's happening. The radio and TV, and especially newspapers, they're just too slow.
Cheers, Sarah. Appreciate the call. One last caller before we listen to the new single from Kanye West. Hello? Who's calling?
Hello there, Scott. I'm Dan, calling from London. I agree with the last speaker because, the internet has changed everything. But I just think that although newspapers aren't as up to the minute as the net, they're much more informative. They tell you the full story about what's going on. What could be better than reading the paper when you're having your tea and toast in the morning or at the weekend? I'm tired of looking at the computer all day. I spend enough time in front of a computer at work, thank you very much.
Dan, thanks very much for that. Definitely agree with you about the tea and toast. Anyway, we'll be taking more of your calls in a moment after this song by Kanye.